Thanks for checking out another clip of the Cashflow Contractor. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. Click subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
One of the most extremely important things to the agent, but I think it's actually just as important for people. And so for the agent, you have to give it a memory file, okay? And you have to structure the memory file. And it is important that you have layers to it, okay? So there's basic memory, then there's like daily notes, and then there's a knowledge graph, okay? Let me explain those just really quick. The tacit knowledge is like hey, we always show up at 8. We don't ramble in meetings, right? Basic things like those, basic little memory, like here's how we operate, okay? But then there's the daily notes of like, here's what we accomplished today. Here's what we learned. Here's things that we need to improve. Here's, just notes of the day. And then the knowledge graph is, rather than it being chronological in terms of a day, it separates it into sections of knowledge about how we use this software, knowledge about how we handle conversations with customers. Here's knowledge about what our tool stack is. Here's knowledge about our team and who's on our team, right? So you have those 3 layers, and an employee really has those same things as well. There's right. The organizational knowledge, the tacit knowledge, right? Then you should be doing daily notes. That's your brain dump that we talked about in our last episode.
Yeah.
You should have a daily process of reflection, because if the growth formula is pain plus rest equals growth, right? Challenge plus reflection equals growth. So as a new employee, if you're going through something challenging, you're going to go through that challenging thing and you're going to do it. But if you're not reflecting on it, you're not actually going to implement the learnings long term. They talk about this in psychology for children, right? Like it's so important for them to recount their day and what they did that day. And if you do that, they have a much better memory. They have a much better understanding and self-awareness. They operate a lot more clearly. They remember the lessons they're learning. Same thing with your employees. Like, what's their process of reflection? Do they do a debrief after projects? Do they do a debrief after the end of the day? Do they have a morning huddle in the morning to talk about what they're going to accomplish, right? So then the knowledge graph is basically your company wiki, right? Hey, if someone in your company had a question, where would they go, right? Where do all these lessons get stored? So anyways, these are all valuable things that an AI agent needs, but guess what else? You and your team probably need as well.
Well, it's not a coincidence, because that's what AI is paralleling us. Just
Exactly.
with a massively unimaginable capacity.
Yeah. So when you implement this, it's like you start with like what they call it, minimum viable memory. Like you don't want your memory file to be too big, or else it'll just be like, oh, well, what do I do? Or like, it's too much. So you don't want the memory file to be too much. And then you do your daily notes, and then you do that knowledge graph of everything. And you don't want to over-engineer from day one. You want it to be like, hey, we're learning this as we go, and this is what we actually do. So let's actually keep that memory.
Thanks for checking out a clip from the Cashflow Contractor. We have full episodes where we go deep on topics that help you grow a construction business that runs without you, so you can have less stress, more time, more money. Now, we've got other videos, other clips, but if you want to check out the full episode for this clip, you can click wherever our editor put it. It might be here, it might be there, it might be over my face, I don't know. But thank you for checking us out. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. So subscribe or check out a full episode wherever you get podcasts.